Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm Nikki, of course, and I'm back with another video. So, just wanted to check in with y'all. I was doing some research on missing persons cases, and I ran across the saddest story, one of the most tragic stories, and I thought that I've seen in a long time. And it is about a year old, but sometimes I just come across these and they are this one is heart wrenching. And also, I wanted to share it because it has to do with dating apps, Tinder, obviously, and just how much we are all using these dating apps. Not me personally, thank God, but I don't know. I just think they can be dangerous, and this is going to be why. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, we're going to talk very short about this piece of shit. Here he is. This is the murderer. His name's Ethan, and we're not gonna. I'm gonna just call him the murderer. I'm never gonna use his name, but this is him, and he's a piece of shit. But this is Ashlynn, and she was a beautiful person. I've read so much about her over the last 24, 48 hours. I've just been reading every article. I've read her obituary. Uh, Guys and girls, this girl was a just a beautiful person, literally a beautiful person inside and out. Her goal was to help, oh, man, special needs children. Oh, there's pictures of her with Down syndrome children. She just was an amazing person. I mean, literally just an amazing person. I can't even describe. Um, how much this bothered me so much. And yes, here he is, and here's another picture of her. I should have cut his ass out. I don't like to give these murderers and worthless pieces of shit. Um, I don't like to give them any kind of airtime on anywhere. My channel, I don't want them anywhere. But this is her also again. A precious soul. Let me tell you, a precious soul. I've read so much about her, and this is just horrible. When you think about life and bad things happen to you, this right here is horrible. I'm gonna go over the case and I do some videos, but I want to read something to y'all, tell you a little bit about what happened, so y'all can kind of be aware. Anybody who is out here in the dating scene. According to the murderer, he had only met Ashlynn, the sweet girl, the night before that he called 911, by the way, on Saturday night after they matched via the dating app Tinder. He told the police that he collected her from her home around 9 p.m. They went to a bar and had a few drinks before going back to his house, which was not really even a house. It was a kind of a from what I'm reading of what I've read, it didn't even have like furniture. It was not furnished. I guess it had electricity or something, but it's just, I think he maybe just moved in here. And so what he did was took her back. That happens. You meet somebody on Tinder, you go on a date. This is just your typical Tinder hookup. Makes me, I've got chills just thinking about it. How devastating. This poor girl. Anyways, they went to the local bar, like I said. Then they went back to his house. He lived in the house alone. It was not furnished, as I just said. He told the police that they had intimate relations. They hooked up on the floor of the bedroom, and when he woke up, he found Ashlynn laying on his arm. Ethan then told the police that the day was normal and they didn't argue or anything, but for some unknown reason that he killed her. He went on to tell exactly how he killed her. And also, there's another point I want to make. This murderer had been talking about having thoughts of suicide and of murder. And that apparently he'd been thinking and thinking and thinking about it, and he acted on it. Which okay. I'm really heartbroken. I don't know the girl, but this one really got to me. A lot of these cases just bother me. This one really bothered me a lot. Oh my gosh, the details are just ridiculous. He began to choke Ashlynn as hard as he could for 1 minute. That's his quote. She woke up and fought for her life, obviously. She tried to get up, stop, and run away and get him off of her neck. He got up and he went to the kitchen. She didn't get out of the house fast enough. Returned to where she was, possibly, maybe she was already kind of out of it. Didn't really say here. And stabbed her with a knife that was from his kitchen multiple times, between 5 and 10 times in her chest. I mean, he just killed her. Then he picks up the phone and he calls 911 and proceeds to tell the cops that he just killed somebody. Just like that. Just like that. Went to a bar. He picks her up, takes her to a bar. They go back to hook up. This is happening hundreds of times, thousands of times a day on Tinder. I've known plenty of people that have dated on Tinder. I mean, they've also came back home. It is one of the saddest things, just because I know it's happening so much. And this girl was I can't even describe. I would love for y'all to just go and search her up. She was a gem, just a real gem. Working with Down syndrome children, just working with mentally handicapped, just ripped this girl right from her family. Back to the case. So sorry. Y'all know if you watch any of my videos, sometimes I get really wound up and worked up, because literally last night when I was reading over this, I was just like, okay, this is heartbreaking, and I want to share it with you guys, because maybe we could all just be a little more safe. I am super paranoid. When I tell you, and I also know I'm yelling. I need to quit yelling at the camera. So the guy ends up pleading not guilty, and they're going to go to trial. And what happens is he ends up pleading guilty by reason of insanity. So in the meantime, right now, I looked for more updated, but I believe he's in a state hospital. But I'm going to show some videos from this. This is just heartbreaking.
Brutally murdered on a first date. The alleged killer has pleaded guilty, sparing the family of having to attend a trial. News specialist Dan Rascone is covering the story and joins us live. And Dan, the victim's family has to be feeling some relief over this today.
Yes, they definitely are. This has been a long, drawn-out process here that the family has been waiting on for more than a year now. And to be able to have this kind of closure, they're really feeling some major relief.
Images of 25-year-old Ashlynn Black, a young woman whose dreams were tragically cut short during the early morning hours of May 24th of last year. According to investigators in Layton, she was choked and stabbed to death by this man, 25-year-old Ethan Hunsaker.
It's a very emotional case for the family.
Joshua Egan is the attorney for Ashlynn's family, and today that family is feeling some relief. This morning, Hunsaker pleaded guilty to first-degree murder.
There is a strong sense of relief that the case is finally progressing again. It's been in limbo for over a year now, without really clear direction where it was going to go.
Hunsaker also pleaded mentally ill. Prosecutors say that doesn't change the fact that he still could spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Doesn't exonerate them or excuse the conduct at all. It holds defendants accountable by giving them an appropriate sentence. But if there's specialized treatment that is needed because of illness, then it addresses that as well.
Black and Hunsaker met on Tinder. That night they went to a bar and then to his home. It was their first date. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Hunsaker called Layton police saying he had killed someone. From day one, prosecutors had no plans for a plea deal.
We determined that a plea offer would not be appropriate and that the defendant should plead guilty to murder, or that we should take the case to trial.
Family is relieved that the state took the position it did and didn't reduce the charge to something less.
Oh, yeah, that's a
The
blessing.
next hearing is scheduled to take place on August 27th. That's when it will be determined whether or not Hunsaker is mentally ill. They will then schedule a sentencing date. Debbie, back to you.
All right, Dan.
So yeah, just wow, like so this was updated let me see. Sorry. June 2021. So I haven't caught, excuse me, the update, but it does take a while to make them mentally competent. And what I'm reading, and I've understood also by listening and paying attention to the Lori Vallow case, is they try to bring him back to competency, and with medication and treatment and stuff while he's in the state hospital. Then if once they think he's balanced out, then he'll go to a prison. Now, if he stays crazy forever, anyways, he'll be locked up forever, I believe. I think 15 years to life is what he's actually, the sentence is. I hope he's in somewhere for life. I do feel like this guy is probably going to be a danger to society, whether he's locked up in a mental place or whatever, but he is evil, pure fucking evil. This is pure evil and so dangerous. I know people want to hook up, and I know that people have desires and wants and all this. You're lonely, you want to hook up, you want to meet the Mr. Right, you might meet him. But damn, you got to be careful. You got to be so careful, girls and guys too, because there's a case recently that where a woman killed a man. Well, he's missing. So, and robbed him. So men and women both just need to be careful, man. I just wanted to share this with y'all because it bothered me so much. She's such a sweetheart. She's just, you don't want to be this. I mean, I'm not saying putting this on her, but you don't want to be in this situation. Take care of yourself. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. She didn't have a clue. You know what I mean? Our beloved, precious, adored, beautiful daughter, sister, granddaughter, niece, and friend, Ashlynn Black, was brutally taken away from us on Sunday, May 24th of 2020. She was only 25 years old. Our sweet Ashlynn was a very special Valentine's Day gift, born on February 14, 1995. She grew up and attended school. She lived her life as adventurous, tender, loving, free spirit. Ashlynn loved finding and exploring good vintage shops. Her fun and quirky style was something that only she could pull off. She enjoyed hiking, camping, trips, and time around the fire and travel. She had big plans for further adventures. She had a deep love of nature and a passion for art. Oh, you should check it out. I'll leave that and link to. Just tragic. And I just wanted to put this out here just because, I care about y'all. I care about people in general. I have a big heart, and I would just love for everybody to just watch out, be more careful. But I mean, sometimes you just don't know. I mean, this guy could have came across as being Mr. Wonderful. He could have came across as being, but if you feel anything, any kind of weird vibes from somebody, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to not deal with them. I remember being young and being, this is from experience. Hopefully you're still watching. I remember being younger. I'm almost 50. And I remember being afraid to say anything to a man, to a guy, and to be like, oh, I don't want to upset him. It's just the way that we're built, the way we're raised, to be like, oh, be respectful to men. And even though they might not feel right, maybe it's all right, give him a chance. Maybe he's a weirdo. No, 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 no. If you have a gut feeling that somebody is freaky and somebody is off and somebody is just weird, it's okay to go ahead and ask to be taken home. It's okay to call somebody and say, hey, can you come pick me up? Anything. Hell, shit, call 911. Say, hey, look, I'm on this Tinder date and I feel fucking creepy. Can you help me? And I guarantee you a cop will come and escort you home or make sure that you get home safe. Maybe this guy was very cunning and manipulative, and maybe he was able to hide, which that's what murderers are sometimes. But if you have a gut feeling, go with it. I wish sometimes when I was younger I would have gone with the feelings that I had. So, anyways, I know I don't mean to preach, but sometimes I see these cases and it just really, really, really bothers me. So, and I care about people a lot. So please keep Ashlynn Black's family in your thoughts, and I hope they are healing. I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine. I don't know how. I don't think I would never, ever get over this. So be careful and rest in peace, Ashlynn, and uh, bless your heart. Y'all take care.